always growing meatballs because they're like your
Wait till you try the Alfredo.
oh, you got Alfredo now?
Chicken Alfredo.
Shit. I know the
Carson,
baked
you got
spaghetti is one of my favorites.
is it Android or iPhone? I gotta see it in my car. I don't have a C charger machine. I got one there.
What's up, homie?
What's up? All right. You know Nick, right?
Hey, how are you? Doing all right?
Randy, keep you busy. Should have laid out the red carpet.
And just one last mic check. Looks like we'll be getting started here soon. Just one last mic check, making sure everybody's good on a white balance.
Well, it's a lot more cameras than I thought.
On time today. Well, I'm excited to be here in Southwest Jefferson County in the South End, whipping out the t-shirts. 60 is the new 80 in Louisville after the cold temperatures we've been through. But in all seriousness, I did want to just briefly start with the weather, just to show how unique and what a challenging couple of weeks that we went through weather-wise. This is from the National Weather Service, that when you look at periods of time, when we've had over 1 inch of snow on the ground, it's been 18 days that we've had 1 inch of snow or more on the ground. That is the longest in 25 years. So just to put in perspective what our community has been through over the past couple of weeks, I know it's been a challenge for a lot. I want to once again thank everyone all across Louisville Metro government and so many others that contributed to help with the snow recovery. In addition to having so much snow on the ground, we had a lot of straight days where we were below freezing. We had, it was the 12th longest period of time that we had consecutive days where we never got above the freezing temperature. So today, let's hope we hit 60 and beyond. Let's hope a lot of this snow goes away. I know I'm feeling it, I'm ready for it, and I think the rest of the entire city is as well. And speaking of the entire city, it is great to be here on Dixie Highway in the South End in Southwest Jefferson County, an area that is such an important part of Louisville's history. It's great to be with my colleagues from Metro Council, Councilwoman Crystal Bass, Councilman Khalil Batshon. And ever since I first started running for mayor, before I was elected, when I was talking to people from the South End, I would hear consistent themes, consistent suggestions, time and time again. And so we listened and we've acted. And we have made investing in the South End a priority of our administration over the past few years, knowing that for decades, people who live in this neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods in the South End have felt like the city government has ignored them, neglected this part of our city. No more. We've been investing in the parks, along the river, Jefferson Memorial Parks. We've got a great new preschool that opened, Bezos Academy, providing free year-round preschool to families in the Fairdale neighborhood and surrounding communities. We've bought property not far from where we are today for a new first responder training facility that will take shape over the coming years. And today, we're reacting and acting on what I heard most. I heard most from families in the South End that we need more restaurants, we need more stores, we need more retail. And I totally agree. A great neighborhood means not having to drive far to go to a restaurant, to buy groceries, to go to other stores. And so we took action in this year's budget. In this year's budget, we created $3 million of development money that's available to help encourage businesses to expand, to attract new businesses along Dixie Highway in other parts of the South End. And today, we have great news to share. We have great news to share as a result of this investment. And to say to the people of South Louisville that you are a priority. We are all part of one Louisville, and we are going to be investing in this community for years and years to come. That's what you deserve. So today, we're here to announce the first 4 restaurants that have received investments from our South End Development Fund. We're here today at Derby City Pizza, a local company, a local Louisville family business that is receiving to support to expand this operation right here. They're adding a game yard and an event center. And we have 3 new restaurants that are coming to Dixie Highway. First, Crumble Cookies. And today we're joined by Nick Jewell, who's here with us today from Crumble. We're so excited for Crumble Cookies to be coming to Dixie Highway. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is also coming to Dixie Highway. And finally, I know a lot of people will be incredibly excited to hear that Longhorn Steakhouse is also going to soon be calling Dixie Highway home. So this is great news, and these first 4 restaurants are a sign of exactly what we're focused on doing, to support national brands coming to Dixie Highway and to support local entrepreneurs, local businesses that have been on Dixie Highway already. This program is working just as intended, and we are just getting started. I'm also proud to announce today that 2 businesses have been approved for Metco loans from pool of funds that are also specifically reserved for South End businesses. And 5 more businesses have been approved for $10,000 real estate improvement grants to improve their property here in the South End. We're celebrating national chains that are starting to look at this part of the community even more. Brand new businesses, and also to invest in longtime South End businesses that have called this area home. You know, when national chains like I just mentioned start investing and popping up in an area, others take notice, and it helps starting this progress that will continue far into the future. So this is a strong signal that's reflective of the positive momentum that's going on here in the South End. And like I said, this is just the beginning. We are just getting started of our investments in businesses, in parks, in neighborhoods all across South Louisville. There are still funds available. As I mentioned, we started with $3 million, and this was just a small portion of that money to make these 4 businesses a reality. The fund is still open and accepting applications, and it's being administered by the Louisville Economic Development Alliance through the Metco Loan Program. Trevor, thanks to you and the entire team at LEDA for what you're doing, for focusing on all parts of our city, including right here in South Louisville. Louisville Economic Development Alliance will keep working directly with business owners to help them through the process. We want this money to be invested. We want more restaurants. We want more stores. We want more businesses in South Louisville. That's what this is about. And so they're there to help. And so my message is very simple today. The South End will no longer be overlooked. Dixie Highway is as big of a priority as any other main thoroughfare in our community. Dixie Highway won't be overlooked anymore. We listen and we act. That's what my administration is all about, and I'm thrilled to be here today. I'm also thrilled to have partners on Metro Council that support this type of investment in all parts of our community. We have 2 members of Metro Council here with us today from South Louisville that you'll be hearing from momentarily. But before you hear from the members of Metro Council, I want to bring up Larry Davis. Larry is the owner of Derby City Pizza. Yes. Larry is our host today here at Derby City Pizza, has been in business for a while. And Larry, we are so excited to help support your expansion right here on Dixie Highway.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, this was, I'm really, like I said, I couldn't do it without Crystal Bass. She led me the way. You know, Khalil helped out tremendously. I appreciate Khalil a lot. We're just really excited for this part of town. It really means a lot to the customers, to the community. That's what we're looking forward to, is serving this part of town and giving them what they want. We want to be a staple here. You know, back then they said, why Larry, are you putting one in Valley Station? I say, why not Valley Station? Right. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
again.
Thanks, Larry. And as Larry and I both mentioned, having the support of strong Metro Council members is incredibly helpful. And I've been here in South Louisville with Councilwoman Bast and Councilman Batchon many times, meeting our constituents, hearing about what they need, and taking action. And we're here today in Councilwoman Bast's district. And we've all been working together. Whether it's their specific district or not, we know that we need to listen and act. So please join me in welcoming Councilwoman Bast, who's a tireless advocate for South Louisville and has been working so hard on this and other initiatives for these neighborhoods. Councilwoman?
All right. Thank you all for being here, and good morning. And exactly why not Valley Station? So today is a great day for the South End, and especially a great day for Dixie Highway. I want to begin by congratulating Derby City Pizza and Larry Davis. Being among the first businesses on Dixie to be approved for both the Dixie Highway restaurant dining options to Dixie are important. I want to emphasize that it also provides legacy grants for businesses that have been part of our community for at least 5 years. Derby City Pizza's expansion, successfully collaboration with the invested local business and supportive community, and the initiative that helps facilitate growth, combination has created real progress here. I also want to thank Mayor Greenberg for making economic investments in the South End a priority. For too long, this area has felt overlooked. And to be honest, I believe you are the first mayor that has ever made a visit to the South End. To me, that demonstrates you are listening, and we look to you to continue investing in our area and our future. The momentum is building for the community. We will continue to seek investment in the South End. We will continue to support the people who already believe in this area. And we will continue to build confidence along Dixie Highway. And investment follows to success, and it starts with opportunities like this one right here. When a local business grows, our community benefits, jobs are created, families gather, birthdays are celebrated, teams meet after games and neighbors, and this will continue. To Larry and the entire Derby City Pizza team, I thank you for betting on Dixie Highway, for believing in the South End, and for staying rooted.
Katie Lippman from our Economic Development Department, who have also been critically important in making this happen and putting it together and in helping attract great new users of this program that are going to improve lives like we have here today. Also, finally, before we have one other item to cover and then take questions from members of the media, a local South End business person himself who got the public service bug and is also a colleague on Metro Council. Please join me in welcoming Khalil Bachchan.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here today. This is extremely vital and extremely important to our community. I can't thank you all enough. I can't thank Jeff, Trevor, Mayor Greenberg's office for really listening and being advocates with us in this process. To echo kind of what Councilwoman Bass said, we listened to our constituents. They wanted restaurants, they wanted shops, they want these things, and we fought for it. And this is what we're doing, and everybody has listened. We're coming together. Again, these national chains and national anchors are great because they will flourish everything around them. But don't get it twisted. These national chains and national brands are carried by a local business owner, a local entrepreneur who buys into most of these franchises. So please support your local businesses. Continue to invest in the South End. Dixie Highway, we're coming up. Thank you.
Thanks, Khalil. So again, to folks that are interested in expanding existing businesses here along Dixie Highway and other parts of the South End, if you're looking to open a new business, this is a great place to invest. And applications remain open. You can get a lot more info Zoom membership. And also, we have another important event coming up on Thursday, my State of the City address, which I'm incredibly excited about. I will be talking about the great progress we have here in South Louisville and other things that are going on all across the community and how we look forward into the future from here. That will be live streamed starting at 12:30 on Thursday. It's in person at the Kentucky Center. I'm really excited to get together with members of the community to reflect back on the state of our city and look forward about what is to come. There is so much to be proud of in Louisville. We've accomplished a lot, yet we have so much work to do, and that's what we'll be talking about on Thursday. So thanks for joining us here today at Derby City Pizza. We're so excited about these 4 restaurants that are, 1 expanding and 3 new ones that are coming to Dixie Highway. And with that, happy to take questions about this or any other topics that members of the media have. Thank you all for joining us.
What's the timeline on those national chains coming to the Dixie Highway area?
So Crumble Cookies, I don't know if you want to speak to it anymore, but you're expected to submit for permitting within the next week. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's correct. And
You come up here, please.
Yeah, look at submitting permitting in the next week or two, and then hopefully around May to June timeframe getting open. So pretty quick.
So that's for Crumble Cookies for Derby City. You guys are expected to start in April, right? Construction. So they're starting the expansion here in April. Longhorn Steakhouse is filing their permits next week, and so they expect construction to start this summer. And Freddy's frozen custards and steak burgers, Bronson stores along Dixie Highway. Okay.
What is your reaction to the backlash of the Jefferson County judge receiving sentencing a rapist to a lower sentence less than half of the time the jury recommended?
Like Commonwealth Attorney Jarena Weathers said yesterday, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in that change of the sentence. I think it's very important for individuals to be held accountable when they commit violent crimes, and I think it's important to respect the jury process as part of that. We continue to stay focused every day on preventing and responding to violent crime as our number one focus of Metro government. I'm incredibly proud of the progress that we have in reducing violent crime, but there's still so much work to do. We're going to continue to work on that, and it's beyond just policing. It's beyond the work of Metro government. We need the help of other agencies. We need the help of other parts of government, including the judiciary, to help make a dent. So I was disappointed to hear about that. Yes.
Council is considering codifying the community commitment into law as something that's come up in the Government Oversight and Audit Committee. Is that something that you support?
So the question was about some members of Metro Council are proposing to codify the community commitment, which is Louisville's consent decree. I have no problem codifying the community commitment in its current form. We're abiding by it. We're doing it. We're focused on progress. That's really my hope. My hope is that working with my colleagues on Metro Council, working with community leaders, faith leaders, all across this entire community, we can continue to focus on progress. Yes.
So as a local business owner yourself, what would you tell people who see this growth on Dixie Highway and people who want to be entrepreneurs themselves? How would you encourage them to get more involved in the process of opening their own business?
Yeah, so the question is, as a business owner, what I would say to the future business owners and entrepreneurs that want to invest in Dixie Highway is there is strength in community. And Dixie Highway in the south end and southwest part of Jefferson County is community. And they will support you, they're loyal to you, and they are good to you. Continue to invest in this community because it is a great place to grow. I remember a quote my grandfather said to me when I was a kid. And he said, if you can't make it on Dixie Highway, you're never going to make it anywhere. So I firmly believe that. I've planted my feet here on Dixie Highway as a business owner and continue to grow. And the South End has been great to me, and I'm sure it's going to be great to my colleagues behind me. As I've known Larry for 20 plus years, and when he had just one store and I had one store, and he has grown to the success that he has because community, there's value in that, and then there's strength in that. So that's what I would say.
What would you say to people in the South End who, they kind of long had that sentiment of feeling overlooked and whatnot? What makes this announcement different?
This announcement, so what she said is, what would I say to the South End who felt that they were overlooked and why this is different? This, I think, is different in many ways. We have an administration that is listening.
Rid of those. So focusing on all of that, just like we focus on this all throughout our community, that's what we want everyone here in Southwest Jefferson County, all throughout the South End to know, is that we care about you. You are a priority. I understand that you may not have felt that way for decades since our city and county governments merged. Those days are in the past. You have a Metro Council, you have a mayor, you have an administration that cares and will prioritize your needs at the same level as every other corner of our city. Any other questions? All right. Well, can't wait to join you for some of the groundbreakings of these great restaurants. Thank you all very much for joining us this week. Have a good week.